welcome to the channel. And again, I do apologize for not being able to upload content in our channel recently. And I'm coming back for a new content. So this time, I would like to share my experience on how I got my US tourist visa. Multiple entry was issued to me on my first attempt. I got it, or I had my US visa interview at the US Embassy here in the Philippines on the 1st of December in 2022. So that was actually last year. And yeah, I was just busy this past few months, and I do apologize for not being able to upload videos or content on the channel. But as mentioned, I'm coming back for more content, hopefully. So, this content was actually requested by one of our subscribers in the channel. So, thank you for reminding me to share this experience. And this is just going to be one of the videos that I'm going to upload in the channel regarding how to obtain your US tourist visa. Okay, so this one specifically would just, yeah, we are just going to, or I am just going to discuss and to share with you my experience and the actual questions and answers that I provided during the interview. Okay, so yeah, this is what transpired entirely on my interview, and I think it lasted for just 2 to 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It was really quick that I didn't imagine that that would go that quick. And yeah, that I got an approval in that first attempt. And then I would say the experience is really really nice. Like, yeah, the console is just so, yeah, so nice. And so to me, that entire experience is like talking to someone who's, interested to know your itinerary for your upcoming trip to the US. So that's how I feel it like on the interview. But yeah, without further ado, maybe we can get started with the question and answer on the actual interview. But before that, I would like to share my background, or the applicant's background. So, as an applicant, I was previously issued with the Canada visa, which I've also shared in the channel. So I was issued with a Canada visa, and it is also a multiple entry. And I was issued like on, I think that was issued around February 2022. And then following that year, no, on that same year, I've tried my luck in applying again for a South Korean visa, and I was also issued with a single entry South Korean visa. So I actually have two all expired South Korean visas, one in 2020 and the other one was in 2022. So two all expired, but I wasn't able to get to South Korea. I miss those chances, but I will try my luck applying again going forward. And other thing is I am a full-time employee as an IT consultant, and my travel history to just only Asian countries, no visas for these countries, so Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Macau. And I don't have immediate relative in the USA, so I only have distant relatives, my dad's first cousins there, so not immediate. And I declare that this travel of mine will going to be full self-funded trip. And lastly, I declared this is just going to be a 10-day, or yeah, 10 days vacation, or just purely tourism. Alrighty. So, yeah, I know you guys are all excited on what are the questions asked on the actual interview. So, these are the questions. The first question, so this is, I think, very famous question. So, question number one, what is the purpose of going to the US? And this time, so this very first question is, I don't know with you all guys, but you can share your comments or your perspective. But on this very first question, I can already feel that I can get it. Like I will, yeah, I already like how do you call that manifested that I will get it because the console is really, yeah, really nice, and the smile, the I think he got a very good morning, or he started his day right, I would say. So by the way, I think I've mentioned already earlier, so my interview, or I got the window 22 console. So this is the what is the very first question, and he is smiling. So I was already glad to have that kind of reaction from the console. So my answer is just very straightforward: for tourism and quick vacation. That's it. And then he proceeded with the next question. So where in the US? And my answer is again this one. I know I read a lot of some Q&A for US visa interview, and I I learned that you should only answer like short and not totally elaborate everything. But I don't know, in that setup, or in that setting, when I was there, or when you're there, you will completely, like forget, not not entirely, but you will forget to, oh, I just need to have it short and simple like that. Because when I was there, knowing that the console is just so nice, and I have this kind of like conversation with a friend interested to know my travels, so I really don't mind, having it short or simple, or very straightforward. I know I'm on the right, like right track at that moment, so I just be myself, I think. So with my answer here, I just mentioned I want to see it for myself, the Universal Studios, and about to like add more on this part, but the console is literally like he's smiling and laughing, and I just mentioned, oh my god, and then he's laughing, and the other word that he mentioned, I was literally like laughing already because he uttered talaga, so I was surprised that he knows, or maybe because they're already here in the Philippines, so maybe they learn some Tagalog words already. But knowing someone um, who's trying to evaluate someone to be issued with a US visa, it's literally very nice to hear, I would say. So when he mentioned talaga, so I just thought that I can add more. And then so I even added to my answer saying, yeah, it's true. I really wanted to get there. I wanted to experience Disneyland and those other things. And he continued to just mention talaga like that, and then laughing. So that ends my question number two. So he then asked me the following question, question number three: who will fund the trip? And I just answered very short: myself, as I mentioned at the beginning. And then next is question number 4, how many days? And I just answered 10 days. So here I just wanted to emphasize, I think this again is, I would say, with my previous experience applying for visas, Canada, South Korea, I always stick to just 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks. So I always stick to this duration, just 10 days. My yeah, my idea of having just 10 days, because I know for sure that these consuls, yeah, these people who will evaluate if you're eligible to be issued with a visa, they knew, okay, they have an idea that if you're a full time employee, you only have this 15 credits. Like that was the default credits or vacation leave credits for an employee. So to me, it would maybe, trigger a red flag if you would go beyond that number. Okay, so you will maybe be surprised of other more questions if you would mention more than 10 days. That's just to me. I don't know if how you would back up your claim. For example, if you will be declaring more than 10 days. But this is a very I would say very effective formula, based on my experience in applying a visa, not only for US. Alrighty, so moving on to the next question, question number 5. Any relatives in California or friends? So why is it that he specifically asked me for California? I didn't I didn't have, well, I have some friends in California. I also have some relatives, but this is a surprise question actually, because he could have like asked any relatives in the US, but he specifically asked me any relatives in California. So at that moment, I literally like stick to my answer to a no. So, okay, I'll just move to the answer. So I answered no, very strong no with with conviction. So I said no. And then when, because the other follow-up question, how about friends? So I said no, nothing. And he laughed. And I was I don't mind at that moment. I really don't mind if they would go do some background check whatsoever, because I didn't mention anything that I have a friend in California, or I didn't remember anything mentioned about any friends in YouTube or in Facebook. So I didn't worry on that answer. And I have a distant relative, but she's in Las Vegas. So I'm safe with it. And again, I just noticed myself that I kept on adding adding more adding more, answers on the provided answer. So I just because the console is like literally laughing, like I don't have friends and I'm getting there just by myself. So it's like, oh my God, I can't imagine you going to a particular place by yourself. So that's why I answered, it's okay, totally fine with me. And then I also responded with a smile on her face, or, a laugh. And moving on, so that's it for the inner relatives question. So moving on to question number 6. Now is asking about my job. So, what is your job? So, I just simply answered him with, I am an IT consultant specializing with blah blah blah. And then he didn't elaborate more on my answers, so he just proceeded to another question. Question number 7. So, what is the company? What is the name of the company? So, I just mentioned the company name. And I think this is the last question for, yeah, for the entire interview, because the next, oh yeah, sorry. So there's another question number 8. So how many years in the company? So I just answered 4 years and 7 months to be exact. And I think that's it. Okay, so this next exchange of conversation with the consul, I would say, is no longer part of the interview. He's like doing this kind of mere conversation with me. He literally just, yeah, having this formal conversation. I don't know on how you call this, but he's no longer, doing the interview at this point, because he just mentioned, oh, you will meet Mickey and Minnie there if you're going to California, visit Disneyland. And I just answered him, I wish I can. I met them before in my Hong Kong trip. And he also answered back. So if you can see, it's really very, very light conversation. Just it's like having, as what I mentioned earlier, it's like having somebody interested to know your itinerary, going to going to your next trip in the US. And yeah, so, and I even I even waited for him to say, oh, congratulations, your visa is approved. What he did was, he asked the next person in the line to come forward. And I was like waiting there, waiting for his answer, waiting for that for that magic word, congratulations, your visa is approved. But when that person just came next to me, like is also in front of the consul's window already, he just have this words to me, welcome to the USA, your visa is approved, congratulations. And I was like, surprised, shocked in a moment, in seconds, I would say. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Beyond grateful. Thank you so much. And that's it. So, I would, if you reach up to this far of this video, thank you. Thank you so much for watching the entire content. And I hope this Q&A question, or this Q&A that I've shared based on my actual interview on how I obtained my US visa, helped you with your future scheduled interview. So I wish you good luck. So I think what I can advise to future applicants is, just be yourself. Just enjoy the entire journey. So I think it's just worth trying it, because you will never know. You will never know. And yeah, just invite that positive vibes. And I know we have all this nervousness, and we really have that. Like, everyone is having that. I was nervous at that time as well, but as what the saying goes, fake it until you make it. So just just don't show it. We have that frightening moment when we're having this interview, maybe, or presentation, maybe, but you can really conquer it, and just believe in yourself, I would say. So I think that's it, and that's all for this Q&A experience I have, and for getting my multiple US visa. Um, and I was able to use it in my recent trip to Las Vegas in April. And I hope you guys enjoy this content, and see you again on our next video. Of course, don't forget to like, share this video, and please subscribe to our channel. I appreciate everyone who were continued showing their continued support in the channel. Really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.